So, this person that is freaking the fuck out about what are fundamentally clickbait thumbnails is openly promoting the fact that they can help you with DIY HRT. Oh! Guys! I know what you're going to say already. Come on, don't be silly. Those days are long gone, guys. Come on. Let's not be silly about it, alright? Oh, this guy's a massive chaser, isn't he? Used to be a massive chaser, okay? Get it right. Right, guys. I've got a little update for you, okay? On the trans stuff I talked about yesterday. Remember I did the little segment before we got into it? And I kind of went over the trans person who was quote tweeting me and some of the responses to that. Well, we got some dudes. Stop saying that, okay? I'm going to get a reputation worse than it already is. Okay, so let's have a little look. So the first thing to point out here, and we did touch on this a bit yesterday. We'll get into some of the DIY HRT stuff primarily, okay? But this individual got back in the mix and quote tweeted me again, okay? Let's have a little look. Let's have a little butchers. So this is my tweet from yesterday. You know, talking about how, okay, well, these people aren't even fucking engaging with the point, right? And then this person, nizzy.cc on Blue Sky, okay? In fact, before we get into that, have you guys heard about Blue Sky? Are you familiar with Blue Sky? Because all of these lefties are promoting Blue Sky and saying how they're on Blue Sky, okay? And I found this account where basically it's the libs of Blue Sky, so it's laughing at the kind of libtards and stuff that are on Blue Sky, right? I saw this post. This is their flex. Okay, let's have a look. Blue Sky was a haven for marginalized communities before the exodus from ex-Twitter. The LGBTQIA+, black sex workers, and furries communities were here early. They found a place where they could be themselves without judgment. Okay, dude. We must remember to honor an ally. Let's hear their voices. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? That is extremely interesting. Now, what is this other tweet that I saw, though? Which I believe is related to the mass migration. So we've obviously got a groundwork. So on Blue Sky, we've got a groundwork of LGBTQI+, black sex workers, and furry community. Okay, interesting, interesting. What is this, though, that I've just brought up? Let's have a little look at this. The mass migration of wokes from X to Blue Sky is already impacting safety culture. What is this? In the part, so obviously a lot of you've probably seen as well. There's a lot of libs on X that don't like X anymore, and they're looking to move somewhere else. So a lot of them is talking about migrating to Blue Sky. What's this? In the past 24 hours, we have received more than 42,000 reports, an all-time high in one day. We're receiving about 3,000 reports an hour. To put that into context, in all of 2023, we received 360,000 reports. So, quite funny. First of all, you can obviously see the last bit. Which we'll get to in a sec, okay? Obviously very funny that the libtards are moving over to Blue Sky, okay? And they're fucking mass reporting posts on there, apparently, or something, okay? What is this last part that I'm looking at, though? We're triaging this large queue, so the most harmful content, such as CSAM, is removed quickly. Right. So you're telling me that you've got a groundwork, okay, of LGBTQI+, black sex workers and furries on there. That's the groundwork that's been laid. And then, on top of that, you stack on top a bunch of these other fucking LGBTQIA, lefty, whatever, that are disappointed with X and don't want to use it anymore. They're all going over to Blue Sky. And then what's happening? There's a lot of reports, and apparently they've got to deal with all this CSAM. Now look, to be 100% fair, all platforms have to deal with CSAM, okay? I think the way that this tweet is worded makes it look worse than it probably is in terms of, I don't think this is solely because, these people have gone across, but it's funnier to say that's the case. So I'm going to say that because it's funnier, okay? I've not actually used Blue Sky. So I don't know what it's like. But, I mean, it sounds like a bit of a nightmare at the moment, to be honest. Anyway, so this trans individual is apparently on Blue Sky. So take from that what you will, I guess, is what I would say about that, okay? Okay. Now, let's just address this, okay? Obviously, I like to see criticism. I like to address criticism myself, so let's get into this. Imagine using trans misogynistic stereotypes as clickbait for your video and then getting mad when people don't take you seriously. Couldn't be me. Do I seem mad, guys? Do I seem mad? Why do these people think I care what a bunch of total redacteds on X are saying to that degree? It's sad. I'm sad. I'm not mad. I'm sad. If anything, I'm more sad than anything else. Like, there's people that are going to be fucking led astray by this stuff. But, I don't know them. They're not my, personal responsibility. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But it's just kind of crazy to me that there's people who are, engaging with this person that are possibly being led down certain pathways and being led astray. And people like this as well, So that's the thing that I find kind of disappointing. But, transmisogynistic. So, for those of you that don't know, transmisogynistic is a word that they've come up with. And transmisogyny is a specific type of misogyny that affects trans individuals. So it's misogyny that is primarily aimed and impacting trans women. It's a bit like misogynoir. It's the trans version of misogynoir. Misogynoir being misogyny that affects black women. This is misogyny that affects trans women, okay? And if you really want to get spicy with it, you've got trans misogynoir. Obviously, trans misogynoir being a misogyny that primarily affects black trans women. All right? And then, if you want to really fucking push the boat out, you've got ableist trans misogynoir, which is misogyny that primarily affects black trans women that are also disabled. You think I'm making this up? You think that I'm, no, this is very simple. What's the theory called? This is intersection analysis, okay? And part of intersection analysis is looking at how these various types of bigotry intersect and affect people on the basis of their variety of identities. And obviously, it goes on from there. You get the gist, okay? You can literally just stack everything on top. It used to be called the progressive stack. That was what it was called, particularly by the anti-SJWs, right? You want the clip? I think I've actually got it on. I think I've actually got it ready to go. I think I've actually got it as a thing in my Chrome tab. I think, haven't I? Have I? Yeah, I do. It's here we go. You want the clip? Do you guys want the clip? Okay, I'll give you the clip. Let's have the clip. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's a bit disappointing that white people feel the need to weigh in on this. So the first thing I think it's important to do. Okay, there we go. That's that part sorted. Also,
Jesus.
The fact that we're talking about what is a disability. Let's call it what it is. I think we also need to. There we go. Okay, fantastic. We're good to go. So,
oh my God.
I think that this is able noir. which is ableism experienced by black people. It's misogynoir, able noir, which is obviously quite a big problem that people face, particularly black women. So the fact that race isn't discussed more as part of this issue is pretty disappointing to me. I think that should be front and center here when talking about this. And I think so. So the context of this, by the way, is this was after the. You remember when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars, right? After that happened, there was like this unironic discourse that was going on after that. And the claim was, I'm not even fucking joking. This is deadly serious. This did happen, okay? They were saying that what Chris Rock said about Jada Pinkett Smith was an example of misogynoir, okay? They said it was misogynoir that a black woman was getting attacked and criticized in a roast session, okay? And then on top of that as well, they also tried to claim that it was an example of ableism because Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia. It was insane. I feel like people forgot how crazy that discourse was. It was nuts. It was like, what are people even saying anymore, dude? People have totally lost the plot. Trying to claim it's ableist because a woman has got alopecia and is getting mocked for it. That's ableist. I fucking experience ableism every day. Alopecia is when you lose your hair, but it's not through like male pattern balding. It's another type of disorder, and women can experience it too. So the point of this shtick was to mock, obviously, the people that were claiming it was ableist and misogynoir, right? And I thought the best way to do that, because I wasn't on camera at this point, was obviously that thing there, okay? It is quite a popular clip, I believe. I don't like to speak for my own content that much, not all the time. So I'll let you decide what you think about that, okay? You decide what you think. Your decision. Your decision. Up to you. Okay. So anyway, this person is very irritated by the trans misogyny and the clickbait. And, you know. Yeah, just to be clear, I really don't care that much if people take me seriously. It's whatever. I just think it's pretty obvious that Finster, you know, was led into what happened through the actions of this 10 users person. Now, dude, can I show? Yeah, I think this is fine. So, here's another point to this too, okay? I didn't actually click through on this yesterday, because I, you know, didn't bother. But you can see here, look at this. Ask me about DIY HRT. That's interesting, isn't it? So if you click on this, you can see here, right? DIY HRT paste bin, which we'll look at. Now, I don't know who these people are that are responding, but one thing I think it's worth noting is that this individual, this Nizzy person, is not checking anything about these people, right? So people are just asking for info. This person is asking how to start. Age not clarified, not specified, not asked for. So who fucking knows how old they are or what's going on here, right? How does one acquire this? Someone called Puppy Girl. I mean, you know, closeted dude. So there doesn't seem to be any sort of meaningful checking of anything or you know, questioning anything. It's just, here's the link. Here's the link to the paste bin that will allow you to access information about DIY HRT. Okay? Now, let's have a little look and click on this, shall we? Okay. So here's a list of resources that they're promoting without question to people that are just asking on their X page, okay? Learning more about DIY HRT. The DIY HRT wiki has thorough guides for both trans masc and trans femme HRT. And you got the Reddit we can go to. if you're a bit of a nerd and want to get in depth, transfem science, sourcing HRT, we'll come back to that. And then for transfem and transmask, some sort of other stuff, measurement tools, etc. Okay, let's lock in and focus on this. DIY.market. Should we have a little look at that and see what's going on? Interesting. Interesting, isn't it? So if we click on this, looks here like we've got just within what, 2 clicks, we've got just a list of various different providers that you can purchase from, okay? Some of whom accept Bitcoin, so untraceable, you know, not meaningful. Well, you got the blockchain or whatever, but it's like anonymous payment. Interesting options, okay? Sounds a bit fucking dicey if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm just a transphobe, I guess, okay? Reliable online pharmacy operating out of India. That's interesting, isn't it? That's very interesting. Operating out of India. Anyway, when I looked at this, I thought, okay, well, what is the kind of stuff that I personally would be concerned about, right? Injections. I think injecting yourself with stuff is normally quite a risky thing. Now, those of you that followed the Keffel stuff back in the day are going to notice a name straight away that I noticed as well. Oto Konoko, I can't even say the fucking name of it. Estradiol, cypionate, I think is what it is. That name rings a bell. And look at this. Look, out of this type of medication, it looks like it's the only one that's in stock. Interesting. Should we take a little look at this? Should we take a little look? Let's dig a bit further. Oh, hang on a minute. That does ring a bell. Any concerns for anyone here? Any alarm bells going off for anyone? I mean, look, I think this is bad to sell like unlicensed medication when it is from a pharmaceutical company, okay? I think that's bad anyway. But doesn't this look a little bit, I don't know, homemade perhaps? Doesn't this look a little bit like someone's maybe mixed this in a bathtub or something? Well, should we read on a bit further and see? Ooh, what is this? Unlike many other medications on this site, these products are produced by private individuals, not pharmaceutical companies. And thus do not have the associated safety guarantees. While we only list providers with a positive reputation within the DIY community, it's important to understand these risks so that you can make an informed decision. Right, okay then. So, this person that is freaking the fuck out about what are fundamentally clickbait thumbnails, okay, is openly promoting the fact that they can help you with DIY HRT. It's as simple as clicking on this, okay? So there's 1 click, 2 click, 3 clicks, 4 clicks. And we are on a page that is offering medication that has been produced by an individual without any sort of safety checks, without any sort of official process, a documented procedure, like FDA or whatever the thing in the UK is. None of that. Someone has made this themselves. They've got a good reputation, okay? And you can order it. You can order it. Can I show this? So yeah. Oh, what is this I've just seen as well? What's this if I scroll down? Notice as well, they said it's got good reviews. This has only got 15 reviews. So you've got a group of 15 people that have said this is good. What's that down there, though, that I've just seen? Interesting. What the fuck is that? Now, I think it's worth noting in all of this that obviously Keffals was pushing this sort of stuff, right? But when Keffals kind of ended and left and shit like that, I vividly remember, Demon Mama was doing a stream about the Keffals stuff, okay? Does anyone remember this? Thank you for the membership. Is this a new company, Shims? Okay, right? If anyone's got the clip, please send it to me. Demon Mama was talking about the Keffals stuff, and another trans person came in, I think that had written the thread about Keffals, and there was this weird moment of like hushing down about the DIY HRT shit, and it was moved on from, and that was it. It was like a small, brief moment on stream, right? Okay. I think that one thing that's happened after the Keffals stuff got blown up is this stuff has like gone back to being more underground. And I think that efforts are being made to not pay attention to this and not talk about this. It's kind of got swept under the rug. And obviously now the attention is off of Keffals. People aren't really obviously focused on it, talking about it, etc. But I think that is an intentional thing. And it's so that they can continue, you know, these people that engage in this can continue to participate, engage, and help people out without the kind of eye of Sauron on them. Because, you know, just in having a brief engagement with one of these fucking weirdos online, I've had a quick look. Literally this morning, I was on my phone clicking through some stuff, and within what? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'd found this. And I was like, hang on a minute. I remember all of this from the Keffals stuff. So I think that this has all gone underground now, and I think that there's less attention on it, there's less people talking about it, and, you know, it's still an issue though. It's still a problem, and it's kind of getting swept into the long grass because obviously people don't continue to talk about drama forever, you know? And I think that trans people who are into this are intentionally avoiding making a big noise about it. Right? I think they're intentionally moving away from making big noises about it. And, like, for example, the Finster thing, I'd mentioned that Finster had given that lump sum to that group. And Finster, I believe, had actually spoken about doing something like this. And then because the law in the UK changed or something, they didn't go through with it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm just vaguely remembering off the top of my head. So I think that there was like a stronger desire or push to do some of this stuff more even. But because of the attention and because of maybe some of the UK stuff that happened with this and so on, I think they've kind of backed off of it broadly, the broad community, I mean. But now it's kind of like underground. There are people that are still pushing it. Okay. No. Finster's not in drama because of this. I got into a little stupid Twitter spat with some idiot on X over the Finster stuff. And in looking, I found this. I found this going on. And I'm like, okay, well, this person is clearly like compromised on this topic. But how deep does the rabbit hole go? You know, what are the discords? Where are the discords? I'm sure there's discords where people are having conversations about this. I'm sure there's private DMs where there's vulnerable people online that are like, you know, not knowing what the fuck is going on, that are getting advised by older individuals and are getting guided down these sort of pathways, you know? Yeah, basically they're trying to act like the slaves did with the Underground Railroad, but instead of, you know, black people desperately escaping slavery from the South, they're desperately trying to, you know, pump whoever asks full of homemade bathtub brewed hormones. So yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about this, and, you know, just to point out how fucking deranged and disgusting this whole shit is, and also to say that it hasn't gone away. You know, it's not in the public sphere anymore. It's not in the public eye anymore, but it's still happening. There's still resources out there, and people are still being, you know, guided and put on these pathways. And a lot of it is going to be happening without the knowledge of caregivers, parents, and so on. So, yeah. And, you know, from what I can see, there doesn't really seem to be much differentiation or distinction to make sure that, like, kids aren't participating in this and aren't using this. It seems, from what I can see, to be a come one, come all type perspective. Seems pretty fucking bad. They're trying to be quiet about it like it's the prohibition, but with HRTs instead of alcohol. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And, you know, like, stuff like this packaging it's just disgraceful. Okay, there are some fake reviews coming in from the looks of it, though. Look. Hello, Lillian, if that is even your real name. I'd like to know where you get these pills from. I found a box in my son's room. Not only am I deeply disappointed with him, but worried. These seem very unsafe to consume. I've taken a sample to my local pharmacy, and they themselves didn't know what was in that thing. Please, my son is very ill, and I would like and I would like a response by email. Right, okay. It is never going to go away, Chud. Like any illicit drug trade, they don't give a shit. They just want dollars. Those clandestine chemists don't just make faux HRT. They make anything they can sell. Okay, wait, okay. I don't want to get this wrong either. I don't want to spread misinformation. I remember reading somewhere, and I could be wrong, and I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. But I remember reading somewhere that for one of these types of medications, one of the ingredients that's used can be found in, like, plastic carrier bags. And so one of the procedures for producing something of this is to actually melt down the plastic bags in order to draw out whatever this substance is to produce the medication. Right? And that sounds crazy, but I remember reading that somewhere. Does anyone know where I can see that? Where I can, like, look that up again? I think it was on Kiwi Farms, but I didn't know where to look to find it. I've heard of it, and I'm sure that I read it, and I just want to show it, you know? Bob posting. Okay, sorry, give me a sec. Let me see if I can find it. Bob posting plastic bags. No, that's not bringing up anything, okay? Chud's still pretending to be a lefty, but he's shitting on recycling now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's have a look. Is this it? Most plastic products release estrogenic chemicals, a potential health problem that can be solved. Okay, wait, okay. But where's the link to them melting down plastic bags? Or is that just an assumption people have made? I don't want to get there. I don't want to make a mistake and get this wrong, okay? I want to be correct. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be a meme, and I want to get it right. I want to be bang on the money, and I just don't know off the top of my head where it is or where to find it. The Mutar vid on Keffals. Maybe, yeah. That video was quite well researched, so even though I've had my recent disagreements with old Mutar, I think maybe that might be a good place to look.
Join me as
I... Honestly, this was a really good video. Find plastic bag. No, I don't think it's here. Sorry, guys, I fucked this up. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm feased. I'm felted. I'm felted. Anyway, that's it for this. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to clear my name. I wanted to clear my name of all claims that I care about what certain individuals. Oh, here we go. We've got a Vice article. Perfect. Well, this will do. This biohacker is trying to help people make their own estrogen. Biologists and scientists at MIT launched a project called Open Source Estrogen. Its goal, as Magic outlined in a video entitled Housewives Making Drugs, was to develop protocols that everyday individuals could use to make their own estrogen in kitchen labs. Sorry, estrogen. Estrogen, as you fucking say. Listen, I say things different, okay? Her hope is that they would transform a politically charged space prescribed to women as the proper dwelling into a space for cis and trans women to take greater control over their bodies by creating their own birth control, gender transition, or menopause symptom alleviation, hormone replacement therapies, sans institutional gatekeepers. See, look, listen, Stylo, this is the problem I've got. I know you're a big misinfo maxer, okay? I look at this, and my first thought process is, where can I prove this? Because this is like a random tweet from some anti-trans account, okay? I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying, okay, that's interesting, but how can we back it up? But then we got this Vice article, and they seem to be promoting the idea that you can make your own estrogen. Do you know what I mean? No, it's fine. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying. This is good. We're like on the right pathway. But for example, it could be that I looked at this and I thought, oh, okay, that's weird. They're melting plastic bags to get their own estrogen. Okay. And then I read something else, but it's not clear in my head. But yeah, okay. Yeah, the elder gods have informed me. Okay. The project has evolved over the past years, with Magic recently producing a speculative episode of a cooking show in which two trans stars walk an audience through how to extract estrogen from human urine. Okay, what is this? Oh, join Vimeo to watch. Yes, okay, log me in, get me in there, come on. Let's go. Continue, yep. I'm ready. Right, I'm logged in. We're strapped in, we're strapped. Right, what is this?
Open source estrogen, housewives making drugs, combines do-it-yourself science, body and gender politics, and ethics of hormonal manipulation. The goal of the project is to create an open-source protocol for estrogen biosynthesis. The kitchen is a politically charged space prescribed to women as their proper dwelling, therefore making it the precise context to perform an estrogen recipe. With recent developments in the field of synthetic biology,
We're taking yeast and organically making heroin with it? What?
the customized kitchen laboratory may be a ubiquitous possibility in the near future.
This seems legit.
Open
This seems
access
totally fine.
estrogen would allow women and transgender females to exercise greater control over their bodies by circumventing governments and institutions.
Okay, call me crazy, but I think governments and institutions are, broadly speaking, a good way of ensuring there's brakes on this stuff and people don't just fucking do whatever the fuck they want, okay? I don't actually have a problem with adults, like, making a chemical and taking it if they want to do that. Okay? That's their fucking lookout at the end of the day. But the problem is then people take that, they make shit and sell it to other people, and there's no fucking age limit on that, and kids could be getting hold of it. Right? That's crazy. And I feel like that's the kind of movement that's been made. It's gone from just let adults do what they want. You know, if adults want to do this, da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Right? To you should be accepting of children being shilled this, and if not, you're a transphobe. It is fucking insane how far we've gone with this stuff.
Here in New York and in most other states, a transgender person with Medicaid cannot obtain coverage for hormone therapy.
We want to ask, what are the biopolitics governing our bodies? More importantly, is it ethical to self-administer self-synthesized hormones?
Oh! Guys! I know what you're going to say already. Come on. Don't be silly. Those days are long gone, guys. Come on. Let's not be silly about it, alright? Let's not be fucking silly. Okay. Right. Right. Anyway, what else have we got here? Cooking show. So, yeah. And what is this one? In The Guardian. So they're saying that you could... Dude, this stuff is fucked, man. At the International, bodies became testing grounds for experiments in science and gender, and avatars escaped the everyday.
Wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
This is reminiscent of underground performance-enhancing drug labs. Estrogen and testosterone are easy to make and the precursor reagents are cheap and easy to obtain.
Exactly. Thank you for the 333. Appreciate it. We saw artist and biohacker Mary Magic visibly pregnant. Fucking hell, dude. Visibly pregnant. Pee elegantly on stage and harvest hormones from urine donated by audience members. And then, for no reason at all, a certain person got elected. Dude. How do you even begin to contend with this sort of stuff, dude? It is fucking insane and despicable, this shit, is it not? God, how do people stomach this? Guys, we're going to need some more fucking crystals, okay? We're going to need Trump. We need more crystals, bro. Okay. But it's not real per se. Open source estrogen, magic outlines for those encountering the project, is a work of speculative design. Hormones extracted from urine aren't sufficient for any real uses alone or free of serious side effects, and the tools and protocols to do anything more complex are still largely inaccessible. They're talking about biohacking. So yeah, some of this stuff, it does seem like at the time it wasn't possible for the urine thing. Show Matty, Finster and 10 Muse segment, or Metica's How the Sausage Was Made video. Okay. Yeah, I really want to nail on this point about the plastic bags, or if it's not correct, retract the idea that I said it in any way. But I can feel it in my bones that there's some wacky shit happening to make these drugs, okay? I can fucking feel it, dude! Oh, thank you. Demon Mama stream where Star Oxfria cuts off talking about HRT. Timestamp like 30 seconds out. Okay.
To HRT networks that are essential. Reputational damage notwithstanding, not just reputational damage, I should say, but financial and physical damage.
So notice what happens here. So this is talking about the Keffel stuff, and Demon Mama says about the DRA HRT thing. And then look in chat. This Staroxphia person. Do not talk about the DIY HRT stuff. I do not consent to this info being said. Demon Mama sees this message, clearly is looking at, in my opinion, clearly looking at this message. And then look at what happens.
That's too bad. That's terrible.
And then sends a message to someone. Okay. In silence, sending a message. To who? Who knows? And then sigh.
Her own team has suffered from all this.
And then back.
The people who defended her and didn't do anything wrong in defending.
And then back to talking about Keffels. Clearly a little bit. What's the right word? You know, a little bit pressed, a little bit bothered, a little bit flustered, shall we say. What do you think happened there? And then, you know, however, what, five months later, I get into some random spat with some fucking weirdo trans person on X, right? And I see that they're promoting DIY HRT. I click on it, and I end up being promoted and being able to attain the exact same fucking medication that was being promoted during the Keffel shit. The Ultracanaro pharmaceutical, or whatever the fuck it is. The exact same fucking company. Like, it just feels like they've made big efforts to really fucking crack down on it so that people don't talk about it and there's not much attention being paid on it. But it's still going on. It's all still available and people are still promoting it. You see what I mean? Okay, right. So, guys, I think we might have to drop the claim that they're melting plastic bags to make it, because I don't know if there's good enough evidence for it. But there is something here.
In every vinyl glove, but a lot of them contain something called the phthalate ester. It's included to make the vinyl more durable, soft, and malleable, and this is chemically what it looks like. This, on the other hand, is one of the most commonly used fake grape flavors called methylene-thranolate. Considering that one just smells like plastic and the other is supposed to smell and taste like fruit.
Okay, and what are you saying about this? Sorry for the tag, but here's some info on the plastic to HRT. Nilid extracts phthalate ester from plastic gloves, demonstrating it is theoretically possible. Walmart bags seem a bit far-fetched though. And phthalate is just a group of chemicals. It doesn't mean this specific one blocks hormones. Right, okay. Okay. So in any case, the plastic bag thing, as I said, pinch of salt. I'm not saying that's 100% correct. That seems like maybe more of a rumor or a meme. But regardless, you're still dealing with medications which have not been tested, have not been verified. You've got this weird story where they're talking about making drugs out of estrogen, urine. But then they're saying elsewhere you can't really use them. This article is from 2018. Who knows what's happened since then? You know, just to be clear, I'm not making the strong claim that they're definitively making this stuff out of plastic bags and piss. It's funny to think that might be the case, okay? But I'm not saying that 100%. I'm just saying this is all very fucking suspicious and underground. None of this is really tracked. How could I pay for stuff on here if I wanted, bro? I bet your DMs are a mess today. What is that supposed to mean, dude? Dude, I've not got any fucking DMs. From anyone of any fucking... I've not from trans people, at least, okay, dude? Oh my god, dude, this is fucking disgusting. Look at all this. And then notice this bit as well. We don't sell to children, only for consenting adults. If you're a minor in your country, please do not try buying at our website. If you do, we will cancel your order and refund. We accept only Bitcoin and other cryptos. So, you've got this website that is obviously set up with all these cutesy characters on. A little warning saying, well, if we find out you're a kid, we'll cancel your order. By the way, we accept this anonymous form of payment that would enable children to pay without us knowing. Because as far as I understand, there is nothing that would prevent a minor from setting up a crypto account beyond knowledge, which they could gain by looking at a YouTube video. And in fact, if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that part of all of this, when it came up originally, was helping to guide or assist minors in setting up crypto accounts so that they could effectively purchase and engage with these resources. Am I remembering that correctly? Like there were guides about how to set up crypto so that you could use these services. So, you know, it's sort of like a bit of a moot point. Can kids get crypto accounts? Well, what would stop them? What would stop a kid from setting up a crypto account, a crypto wallet? There's no age verification. Obviously, if you're setting it up on like a Coinbase or something, then you need to be an adult and you've got to go through the customer checks. Know your customer. Yeah, but that's only if you use Coinbase. There are ways that that's for an exchange, yeah. You can set up crypto accounts and crypto wallets without engaging with an exchange, right? And then there'll be some, yeah, and also there's probably some exchanges that don't have rigid checks that are based in fucking Curacao or whatever, you know? I mean, let's try this out. Let's look it up. Set up crypto wallet as minor. Right. Okay. Right. I mean, it's literally one Google search and I've got crypto exchanges that are decentralized process transactions directly on the blockchain. Because these exchanges are currently unregulated, there are no age limits on their use. Well, there we go. All you need to do is set up a wallet on a decentralized exchange. And you can buy your fucking dodgy shit, can't you? Okay. Well, there we go. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, it seems like you can absolutely get crypto in this way. Crypto generally isn't expensive to buy, no, if you've got the money. Yeah, there we go. Disclaimer, we do not sell... Dude, dude, correct me if I'm wrong. Was this... I don't think this stuff was on there before. I'm pretty sure this all got added after the Keffel situation, didn't it? All this stuff about not selling to minors and the packaging is a joke. We do not sell or agree to the resale of our products to minors. Our packaging are just jokes and shouldn't be taken seriously. Yeah. There we go, guys. So, I just wanted to give you a little update on my war against the Twitter transes, okay? That are trying to baselessly smear me as a chaser again. Oh, this guy's a massive chaser, isn't he? Used to be a massive chaser, okay? Get it right. Get it right. Misinformation. I've got a lawyer on retainer to deal with these claims.